So patience, a holy necessity. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm assuming you already prayed, and I know a lot of us already know this prayer, so we won't go through it. But one of the prayers that I hold dear on this topic is the prayer of patient trust. And patience and trust are two things that are essential for our ministry, as you all know. Um, but let's look at the root of the word patience, which is going to be a majority of our focus today. So, patience comes from the root meaning a quality of being willing to bear adversities, calm endurance of misfortune, suffering, etc. So if anybody has been in the chapel with only maybe two people for an event that you planned for maybe 6 or 7 hours, then you'll know the exact type of calm endurance that I'm talking about. Some of our work can be disheartening at times. However, I don't want to live there. I would like to first start with just a question for each of you to reflect on and pray about, which is how patient has God been with you in your life? And just, I know it's a huge question to think about, but let's spend maybe 2 minutes just reflecting on that question of how patient has God been with you throughout your whole development from the time where you were not in the position you are in now, right? So think about grade school, high school, and beyond. How patient has God been with you? So, if your answer to this question was very, then you're in good company. Because I think in many ways, regardless if we are who we've always been or if it was a long, meandering road to get here, God has certainly been patient with us. For me personally, I mirror or echo the story of Ignatius in many ways. The first 26 years of my life given over to the vanities of the world, right? So I definitely understand that. No matter what, even if I was connected to my faith and involved and going to Jesuit schools and all that, it took a while for God to really get through to me, and still is trying to get through to me every day in my work. So, but I think it's good to reflect on, first of all, when we think about serving others, how patient has God been with us first? Um, and then a reflection on what is your willingness. So, a big part of patience is the willingness to endure suffering. Is our willingness the willingness of Ignatius, who said that if the guide God chooses for you to follow were only a little dog, you should not complain, but at God's command, follow it willingly and gladly. So are we that willing? And we will save the reflection time this time, but another good question for us to think about. How willing are we? And isn't that a beautiful, precious little dog there for the dog lovers out there? The black lab. I don't have a dog, but that is very, very cute. Um, and then the next question, uh, what are the adversities? Okay. What are the adversities that we face? So let's think about it. If our willingness is there, if our patience is there, and we're all in, and we're ready to go in our work, and we're open, we're present to people. What are the adversities that we face? I thought this jumped off the page in a 2017 article. Instead of showing off wealth, some show off busy schedules. If we were to eliminate the word busy from our vocabulary, what would happen? It would be transformational, because, like Jim Martin says, we would no longer settle for being human doings, right? We would be able to be human beings. How are you? Oh, I'm so busy. I have okay. All of a sudden, now we are what we do. I guess we are our tasks. So this is an adversity, especially in the work that we do, especially in adult formation work. Busy, excuse a million great things, but busy, right? Full schedules. And then finally, in the work we do, is everybody the right person for the work that we're doing? Are we the right people? We like to think we are. Hopefully, we fit this definition of what Ignatius was looking for, a word he used in the spiritual exercises, insignis, a word used to refer to someone whose service of God was ardent or distinguished. Hopefully, we fit that bill. I guess if we were put in the roles that we are in, God believes in us to a certain extent. But what are our faculty and staff? Who are the adults in our community? Are they willing? Are they passionate? Are they ready to do what is necessary? Would they answer the question, "Come, follow me"? Right? And to be honest with you, who are we to judge that? I guess we could try to do our best, but one of the things that I think we should be paying attention to, all of us, is just that willingness, that interest, even a question. What is that retreat all about? Right? What is it that you actually do during the day? Even that question. And then finally, what are we inviting people to? Well, we're inviting people to the highest spiritual poverty, maybe even actual poverty, insults, contempt. That's what Ignatius says. That's the way of the cross in many ways. Their exercises early on, some people would go out and sell all their belongings afterwards. Is that happening, anymore? I'm sorry. I think my screen is muted. I mean, frozen. Can you hear me still? Hi, can you hear me still? Sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and so what are we inviting people to? We're inviting people to not really the most luxurious life. Early on, people would actually go out and sell all their goods. Are people doing that now after praying the exercises? No, largely not. But we're inviting people to a challenge, right? So we also have to be kind of aware of what it is that we're inviting people to. And then finally, James Finley has a quote here: "We are called to live upon Christ's. We are called upon to live Christ's life. We are called into the desert to meet the demon within. We are called to face God alone in the night of our own solitude. We are called to die with Jesus in order to live with him. We are asked to lose all, to be emptied out, in order to be filled with the very fullness of God." So ultimately, for us to do the work that we do, what this patience looks like, this virtue, this holy necessity, is and self-emptying. We are vessels, and God is their director, and that is it. And Lord, like Mike for the Michael Judge prayer, Lord, take me where you want me to go. Let me meet who you want me to meet. Tell me what you want me to say, and keep me out of your way. That's it. That's what it's all about, right? So at the end of the day, we're reminded today on the solemnity of Mary here. We have a model. The Immaculate Conception. We have a model. God cares for us so much that God gave us a chance, right, through Mary, and showed us how to live through Mary, through Jesus.